Hi guys, welcome back to Pantry. I'm Alicia if you're new here, and today I thought I would do some restocking in my kitchen, some meal prep for the week. And one of the things I wanted to get in my freezer is something I really enjoy using, which are convenient versions, homemade versions of those 90-second rice pouches. You know what I'm talking about? Like you tear them partway open, you stick them in the microwave for a minute and a half, and you have this great rice at the end. Last summer, I started trying to make these on my own, and I have just fallen in love with that. I use them I use them for like people's lunches in the family, use them for dinner side dishes. I also use them mostly in my like homemade fake sushi bowl type things that I make with tuna. So just to be clear though, this is not a video about how to make rice. Most people have their way of already making it. I'm gonna do brown rice today. I'm gonna do a giant batch in my Instant Pot. That's how I like to do my rice, and especially brown rice, because it cooks faster and more tender in there. Brown rice can take a long time in the stove and still be really toothsome. So if you have an Instant Pot and haven't tried brown rice in there, I recommend that. Some people cook rice on the stove, the regular like 1 part rice, 2 parts water, the whole boiling thing. I like to not have to babysit it. That's another reason I like my Instant Pot. It cooks it well, it cooks it perfectly, and I can just turn it on and forget about it. You can also use a rice cooker. It really doesn't matter because this method of making the convenient rice is applicable with any way. You just need cooked rice. So since I'm gonna make a couple different flavors of this today, of different flavor profiles, you can leave it plain. I'm gonna do a big batch and leave it plain, and then I'm gonna season it as I start to put it together later, which you'll see. So I'm gonna get started in the Instant Pot with this. If you have not done rice in your Instant Pot and you wanna try it, here's your little manual that comes with it. It has a chart that shows for each type of rice, because different types take different amounts of water and different cooking time. I believe, I don't want to misquote. I think it's 1.5 cups of water to 1 cup of rice in here. Yes, no, it's 1.25 cups of water to 1 cup of rice for the brown. See, my little manual is like broken. You can tell I use these charts a lot. That may not seem like enough water, but in the Instant Pot, the way it pressure cooks it, you don't need as much water as you would like on the stove top. So I'm gonna do quite a bit of this in my Instant Pot and get it started, and then I will get back with you when it's ready. Okay, I decided to start with 4 cups of rice in my Instant Pot. So with the 1.25 ratio, that's 5 cups of water. I just got 4 there, I need 1 more cup. Okay, I do like to give it a little stir, kind of get the rice off the bottom, get the water all mixed in there. In the chart, in the Instant Pot thing, it also tells you how long to cook each type for. For brown rice, there's always a range, and I have found personally that for me, the rice, I like it on the longest edge of the range. So for the brown rice, turn it to the ceiling. I do 28 minutes. The range is 22 to 28 minutes, and I do 28. I just find that all of my rices come out best on the longest one, but they can be like crock pots where they're a little bit different, each one, so you can experiment with yours. Again, you don't have to do this. You just need cooked rice for this recipe of whatever kind you want. Okay, I just did quick release, and I'm just going to scoop this out into 2 different bowls because I'm making 2 different flavors today. Trying to not burn my hand while I do this, but get a good grip. Okay, actually I have enough for 3 bowls, which is great because then I can do 3 different flavors. Something I'm going to put in all of them is butter. I just like that. One of them is going to be pretty simple. One's going to be experimental for me. Again, this video is not really about how to make rice. You can make whatever rice you like, whatever flavor you like. You just need to start this method with cooked rice. So I'm starting from the beginning with y'all and cooking my rice today. Okay, let's see. And I don't really do measurements. I'm going to divide up this butter into thirds for each bowl, and we'll see if that's enough. I might need to add more. putting it in while it's hot so that it'll melt the butter. All right, let's start with my experimental one here. I'm gonna turn the butter in. And what I'm doing, I've been wanting to try a rice seasoned with one of my favorite seasoning blends. I love this company, Feast Mode. I've shown them to you before. They have all these seasoning blends, like flavor profiles, and they're really clean ingredients, and I really like them. I do have a discount code for them down. I'll put it in my description box for you if you're interested, but I've been wanting to try it. Normally these are like, you know, you would, well, I use them a lot of ways. There's some sweet ones that I've used with cream cheese for dip. I sprinkle them on chicken, potatoes, stuff like that. I've been wanting to try one in rice though, in flavor rice, and see how that works. So I'm gonna just do some butter, and this one is sweet citrus dill, and I thought that would make a good rice. I was between that and the mango habanero. What do you think? Should I try the mango habanero? I'm gonna do the sweet citrus dill. Now I'll do the mango habanero. There is also a typhoon one. It's really spicy, but I like it. I like it on fish, especially like fish tacos. All right, let's do mango habanero. I'm trying to get all this butter melted. And go ahead and stir these in too so the butter can start to melt in there. Get it buried under some rice. Okay, so I'm just gonna use this pretty darn liberally. These seasons do need to be used liberally. I'm just gonna fold this in and make the rice I want. I need to get some sticky notes so I don't start confusing which flavor is which. I'm just getting it mixed in and getting the butter, making sure the butter is melted down into it. Let me give this a little taste and see if I need more seasoning. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Oh, I'm glad I switched to it with mango habanero. It's so good. That is so, It's like sweet and spicy and salty. It's got all the flavors. Wow. Okay. Let's leave that one. Label it. Hold on. I'm glad I tried that. That was really successful. All right. This one I'm going to do my standard garlic butter. And one thing I have discovered is that the first time I ever tried this, I just did butter, and I used just like minced garlic, the garlic stuff. And I didn't love how that flavor came out. I really thought, you know, I try to do things as least processed, as close to the whole food as possible. So just chopped garlic, the garlic, after the chopped garlic. I've just discovered that I prefer garlic powder or garlic salt. So I'm using some garlic salt today. Again, to taste, and I'm always harping on why it's important to make food at home, because you can make it to your taste. If you've ever bought a rice mix and thought it's good, but it's barely flavored and it could use a more punch, then you can add more punch. If you want less, you can add less. If you are on a low sodium diet, you can definitely do lower sodium with real ingredients, because those ones in the store are crazy full of sodium. Let's try this one. This is the one I make most often. It's just a standard and it can go with everything. Okay. Garlic butter. Label that one. Okay, and for the last one today, let's get it stir in the spoon here. By the way, I think this amount of butter was pretty good. The garlic butter I will probably add extra butter to once I'm serving it. That's something I standard do with that one. It's a little bit lower on the butter, but that mix with the amount of mango habanero I did was great. And this one I am going to do, I'm just going to do a bunch of spices. So salt. I'm just going to call this an herbed rice. I've got parsley. This is garden parsley I dried. Big multi-finger pinch of that. I've got some oregano. Not quite as much, but quite a bit of that. Use some Italian seasoning. Let me grab some basil. Italian seasoning pretty much has parsley, oregano, and basil, but I like to have extra of it, especially the basil. I need to refill this one. This is also from the garden this year. We had so much basil. It was a great basil year. Okay. So this is like a butter herb mix. I'm just getting this nice and mixed up. And what I'm trying to do also while I'm mixing and flavoring is let it cool enough to use, but you actually don't want to cool it all the way. Rice is one of those things that can very easily start to let bacteria grow on it, and so you want to kind of keep it in a warm stage while we're dealing with it. Make sure. Try this. Okay. Wow, 3 for 3 today on first time. That's good. All right, herb butter. Keep this here. All right, so then I'm going to go grab my food saver and some baggies. So I'm hoping I have enough of these baggies. So one of the joys of this is you can, oh yeah, I have enough. You can make these in any size baggie that you want. You can do individual serving, family size, whatever. I prefer I do this quart size, and we'll put like probably half of one of these in each bag, because for me, that will either be a family side dish at dinner, or it'll be 2 days of my little fake sushi bowls, or 2 lunch bowls for someone else to take to school or work. So I'm gonna start here with my herb butter rice. So I will start by making 2 bags of each flavor and see if I can fit it in there. I can always write out more bags. Where are my little baggie holders? Those would be convenient right now. Okay, some other ways that I have tried this. I have tried this in glass jars because I like to not use plastic if I don't have to, especially if something's going to be reheated in it. That did not work well. The glass jars there was too much air in it, and the rice was just too dry. It just didn't work well. I have also done it in Ziploc bags, and that did work okay. So to do that differently, if you don't have a food saver, use a Ziploc bag, use a straw to suck out the extra air, and then when it is time to use it, you don't want to put it in the microwave. You can put these straight in the microwave. You don't want to put a Ziploc bag in the microwave though. It's gonna just get gross. So thaw it out, dump it into a bowl or something, and then microwave it. All right, let's see how well I'm gonna do here with the one of these days, maybe I'll get one of those big funnel things that you can use in these type of bags, and Mylar bags and stuff like that. Okay, remember, if you are food saving, that you want to leave plenty of room at the top for the air. And let me show you how I do this. I do not seal it. I seal it. I don't vacuum every little bit of air out. You don't want your rice to become clumpy. I don't know why I'm cleaning this up. I'm gonna make another mess in a second. I want to do the other flavors. Okay, I lost video, so I will show this to you again. Luckily, I still have some too. I seal them up. I do not let it vacuum all the way. I just let it start to suction down, and then I stop it and seal it so that it's not one gloopy clump when it comes out. It will still look a little compressed, but it will separate into nice grains of rice when we're done. So let me get my other bag sealed, and then I'll show you my sealing, and we'll talk about how you make these when you're ready to use them. Okay, I detached the audio on this because the machine is loud, but I'm just trying to give you an up close here to show you. I just start it like regular, and it starts to vacuum the air out of the bag. And then when it gets where it looks like it's just starting to come down, I just hit the seal button, and it will stop the vacuum and start the sealing process. So it will be sealed up, but not one mushy clump. And just to let you see the process one more time, I'm gonna go through with another bag. So if you want to skip this part, go ahead like 10-15 seconds. Okay, so now these go in the freezer, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these in the deep freezer, but I'm gonna take one, a mango habanero. I'm gonna put it in this freezer so that I can show you how I put it together. I will try to get that done tonight. If not tomorrow morning, it'll still be part of this video, so hang tight and you'll see the end. But what you can do, I prefer them thawed out. So if I know I'm gonna use them, I will take one out the night before, stick it in the fridge, let it thaw, and then I do the 90 seconds in the microwave. If you don't remember to do that, or you weren't planning on it, you can still just put it straight in the microwave. I would just say, like, you do the 90 seconds, mix it, like kind of mix it all up and loosen it, and then do a little bit more time until it's heated through. But I'm gonna get these in the freezer, and I will see you when it's time to show you how to use them. All right, let's take this rice out. Yeah, it's frozen. We will let it sit on the counter just so that it thaws faster. Normally, like I said, I take it out of the freezer, just stick it in the fridge overnight, and then it's ready the next day. Again, you don't have to thaw it. I just like the product better. So I let it sit on the counter. It should only take like 1 or 2 hours to thaw. And then I'll show you how I reheat it. All right, so this is now thawed. I'm just gonna cut it open. Just like the ones in the store that you like tear halfway, I'm just gonna sit it in the microwave for 90 seconds. I like the gusseted bags so that they stand up. 90 seconds. I was gonna say, and I'm not sure that I finished my thought earlier, or if I even started it. If you don't food saver or don't wanna use one, you can use Ziploc bags. Just suck out the air with a straw. I do that for baked goods and stuff. And then empty it into another container before you microwave it. I've been doing a lot of other stuff while this has been going on, so I am tired and I need to eat. I haven't eaten yet today, so I'm gonna make a bowl with this for my lunch. With some sweet potatoes I roasted, and I think I have some leftover seasoned chicken in the fridge. I'm gonna see what I have in the fridge. It's pantry challenge time, so you know I'm like using what's out there. All right, let's take a look at it. Oh yes. Now it's a little bit hot to handle, but you can see that the rice is totally doable. Empty it into a bowl here. Let me get you a little bit closer so you can see like the texture. It's perfect. And there you have your own bulk made 90-second rice, cleaner ingredients than what you find in the store depending on what you use, salt to you. Good stuff. It's perfect. It's not too dry, it's not too moist, it's not gumpy, it's firm. It's just perfect. So I'm just trying to get you a close-up of those grains of rice so you can see how fluffy they came out. And just decided to throw a video of my lunch in here where I used up some sweet potato that I had roasted and some chopped spinach from the fridge and the last cucumber that needed to be used up and some leftover taco chicken from the night before, and I topped it with sesame seeds because that's what I like, either sesame seeds or sunflower seeds. I have a thing about something small and crunchy on top of my bowls and salads. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed me sharing one way that I make dinner or lunch more convenient and healthier and less expensive for myself. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you guys for spending your precious time with me.